Welcome, visionaries. This is your host, the INFJ Visionary. I want to talk to you today about grubbing and grasping. And you might say, well, what's that got to do with being an INFJ? And I might answer, specifically not much, but just prior to this video, I went and had a look. Sometimes I'll just type INFJ into the search thingy. I don't know if you do that. If you do, you should try it. But what absolutely sucks there is if you just go with the default suggestions that YouTube gives you, what you want to do is go to the filter section and sort by date uploaded. And that'll give you a chance to see little people like myself instead of a bunch of grubbers and graspers. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else, but I want to talk about how we've been turned into a society full of grubbers and graspers, and it's always been a bad plan to be somebody that is chasing after success overtly. I think the best plan has always been to provide something that the world really needed, and then you get compensated for it. Now, this is one reason I don't mean to be harsh on the grubbers, because what's happened, say in the YouTube space, I've been in this space in many forms for solidly for 10 years, and I can tell you that it's becoming increasingly corporate and commercial. This is inevitable. I think they call it enshittification. That's one of the terms. Well, what trends will come about to counter this? I like to think this channel is one of those. You know, I won't grub or grasp for viewers. I enjoy people coming to the channel, and I enjoy comments. I don't even really pay attention to likes. For the views, I do tend to look at that because I like to play with the titles, because I know many a times, since I have just an image, the title will be what draws the new people in, if they're fortunate enough for YouTube to even present my video to them. Anyway, not complaining, and this video is not designed to be a complaining video. More, it's designed to analyze this problem, because it's a real problem in the world. So like I was saying prior to starting this video, I go to YouTube and I'm greeted with a bunch of shorts. Now, maybe you like shorts. I'm an old INFJ, you know. I don't like shorts. I don't particularly like short form content. I remember when TikTok first came out, I was helping a friend out, keeping his business open while he had another contract, and doing my artwork there at the same time. And TikTok came out, and I remember it was, you know, there were a lot of entertaining, funny things on there, but you know, ultimately, like if your friend tells you a joke and it's funny, it's especially when I was younger, it's a great feeling. We're all having a laugh, you know, and there's a bit of an exchange. But when it's one thing after the next, after the next, after the next, after a while, you start to feel just kind of dull and burned out, which is a topic for another video, because this video is about grasping for those views, right? This video is about grubbing. You know, that would mean things like modifying your content specifically for views. Now, this was pretty effective, I think, maybe five years ago, more effective than it is now, because now you just have so much competition. Okay, so you want to be a grubby, grasping content maker on YouTube. You'll have to work very hard or be very lucky, or sometimes people luck into something that strikes a chord, and that's all fine. But on one hand, I say lucky. On the other hand, the success that you enjoy is short-lived. It's only from one video to the next, and things are always changing. And if you're the type that's actually focused on these the views, the interaction, the money coming in from the channel. If, assuming heaven help you, you're trying to make any kind of living off of YouTube, what's going to happen is burnout. Okay, it's just inevitable because human beings weren't designed to be these fire hoses of content. No, you could say, oh, visionary, what about you? You know, you got seven. This is video number 70, by the way. Yeah, but I have a very focused mission here, and that's just to put on the microphone, get out my hookah pipe and my fez, and just talk to you. Sometimes I have an idea about what I want to talk about. Today wasn't that strong. I was wanting to talk about grasping and grubbing. Um, and, you know, this may or may not resonate with you. You may not be a content creator, but you probably aren't. You know, most people aren't. But it's not just about creating content. It's about a state of mind that is constantly chasing the next buzz, the next charge or fulfillment of some sort of positive feeling, right? Sorry, that took me a minute to choke out. This is all coming from the NI, my friends. I don't have a script. And I'm not dissing anyone that writes a script. You know, one thing, because like I said, I'm an old dragon here and visionary oracle. Been around a long time, but I have noticed that some of the young generations coming up, they're on YouTube, they're doing these really nice video essays, and that involves, first of all, writing, which is a definite skill that definitely improves your mind, for one. For two, many of them will do brilliant video presentations to go along with this, and in many cases, they'll strike a chord and build success, and I feel for these people as well. I feel for anyone that's had success, because the next thing you're going to do, if you're like most any human, is need to get the next bit of success. And like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know the secret. I'm telling you now, if you want to be a content creator, do what your host, the visionary, does. Show up regularly, semi-regularly, with your content. And the people that it's meant to reach, hopefully it'll reach. And whoever does reach, it reaches. And you just, what did I hear the other day? You post and ghost. Okay, so every now and again I might tune back in to look at the video, mostly because I'm working on the titles, because I know the titles is what pulls you in. So I'm thinking, oh, I like a certain type of title, but let's face it, my personality is not the everyday personality. It's not even the everyday INFJ personality, I don't think. It's a visionary type of personality, but it's also artistic, and it's also very direct, you know, in an indirect way. That's the INFJ modus operandi, I think. Yeah, so my taste in titles runs to like real punchy stuff, but sometimes the kind of titles that get people to click is more curiosity inducing. Whatever, I'm open to changing those, but I don't change my content. I don't pander. I don't when I'm looking for maybe a little inspiration, like I was today. Like I've told you guys before, you know, so many INFJ videos are, you're such a special thing, and oh, you're dangerous, oh, you know, people watch out, and you know, stuff that's designed to sort of stroke your ego. And you know, ego is present in all of us, present in your host, the visionary, as well, much to the visionary's chagrin. I wish it wasn't as large a factor in my life as it is, but it could be worse. I could be even more egotistical. Um, the facts of the matter is that you don't want to be creating from a place like that. You want to be creating from a place of universality. It's another word I've used recently, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm not dissing anybody, but what I'm saying is I don't like that. I don't like the way the world's going, where everyone's like getting put on some sort of treadmill and they have to grub. Don't grub, okay? Better off with less. Better off with nothing. than to be a grubbing grubber, in my view. And heaven help you if you are, and God bless you if you are. Good luck with that. And until I come back with another broadcast, INFJ, keep on keeping on.